Michael Maslansky, Congressman Marsha Blackburn, former Senator Scott Brown, and Lili Valletta. I want to start with you, Representative Blackburn. You're the picture of the rare, honest Washington, D.C. person, okay? I mean, let's face it, everyone likes you.
Well, the senator joined me in that.
Well, he's former, okay? And
I like her too, Charles.
Everyone likes you. Everyone likes you. So is it collusion? Is it smart politics? Are they dissing the voice of the people?
Well, I think what they're doing is realizing that they're going to have to do something if they stop Trump. The Feisty Five is tomorrow with those big states, and we will see what happens in those. I think that Donald Trump probably has made it very clear he is going to move forward with this. Cruz is looking to stay relative and to keep his campaign going. Cruz has run a great campaign. He's got a great team with him. They think this is the way to do it. I think that this is all going to be worked out before we get to convention.
All right, Lili, I'll ask you. You're a Cruz supporter. Is it collusion? Is it a smart deal? Or are they completely ignoring the voice of the people?
First of all, I'm not a Cruz supporter.
Oh, you're not? I'm sorry. You're a Kasich supporter.
Here's the thing.
Are you a Kasich supporter?
I agree with many of the things that he has put forward in policy for sure, and the style. I do appreciate
Even when he's eating? I said I wouldn't bring that up. Golly. All right, my bad. I said I wasn't going to bring that up.
Let's get back to the topic.
Okay, let's get back to the topic.
So, yes, you may disagree with the style and the rhetoric of Mr. Trump. And I personally have had my moments when I was like, I wish you could take back some of the things and the way they've come out.
Sure.
But we do have to respect the process of democracy. And it's been quite powerful what's happened with the wins over and over and over again. So if you're going to rally up to go up against somebody, do it out of the merit of your position and your qualification, and not just as something that looks as, let's just gang up against and play the same bullying game, but the other way around, that you've been criticizing him this whole time. So let's call it for what it is. Win out of merit and not just as a...
So you don't agree with this combination?
I don't. If you're going to earn that position and really prove that you are the best viable candidate for the party to unify it, show a spirit of unification, I don't think this is the right way.
Senator Brown, essentially what they're saying is that they want to get to the convention. Otherwise, they may not without this sort of desperation move.
Well, I don't think they're going to anyway. I think it's a sign of weakness what they're doing. Remember, Cruz has said to Kasich, why is he still in? He should get out. He can't win. Well, Cruz cannot mathematically win either. So now they're both joining forces, waiting to go to the convention, hoping that it blows up, and somehow one of them is going to be. If anybody, Cruz would have a better shot than Kasich. Kasich has no shot. I like him very much, but to think he's going to come in on the third, fourth, fifth, sixth round is not going to happen. It's either going to be Trump or Cruz. I think it's going to be Cruz, and I agree with Congressman Blackburn that
it'll be Trump.
I'm sorry, there's going to be Trump.
No Freudian slip. Don't worry about it.
It's going to be Trump, and we're going to get to it before the convention.
Mike, so, you measure these things.
Yeah, so I think if you look at this from the perspective of Cruz and Kasich and the more than a majority of Republican voters who still oppose Donald Trump, they haven't come out to vote necessarily, but if you look at most polls, he gets less than a majority of support. And so what they're saying is there should be a voice for that. Now, they're saying it very poorly, and they've let Trump again frame the issue as collusion, which is it's part of Trump's genius that he can own the issue. What they should have come out and said is, look, we believe that the Republican Party should be represented by somebody other than Donald Trump.
They should have done this jointly, though?
I think if you're going to collude, they both sent out statements at the same time with the same message saying that they're clearing the path for another.
Wouldn't that be, but if they hadn't done that, wouldn't people argue that was not transparent? I mean, wasn't it an attempt to be transparent?
They should be more transparent. They should say, we both have a common interest right now, which is supported by most Republicans, which is to have somebody represent our party who is more in line with the beliefs of our party. And in order to make sure that that happens, we want this to play out at a convention. Let's be really open and transparent about it, because otherwise it seems like it's kind of a half step that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Well, I think it is a half step.
Here are a couple of things that I think you have to consider. You have millions of individuals that have come into the Republican Party this election cycle. And I think, going back to Lili's point, what you have to do is say, we want to build a bigger tent Republican Party and bring everybody in. And you cannot dismiss what the people have said. They've sent a message to people that are in elective office and said, we don't like what's going on in Washington. We want to see things changed, and we're showing up. We love our country enough to go to the fight. So you can't do that. And any time you try to say, well, we're going to do a gimmick or a trick, it backfires. It backfires
Let
every
me just
time.
say, so far, 62% of the Republican voters have not voted for Donald Trump. And if you were to drill down to only Republicans, not the people who can, independents and Democrats, the number is even much larger than that. But you sound like you were for Kasich, now perhaps you're not. Those people, though, are saying that they want and should have a voice at the convention. Are they being disenfranchised in some kind of way if they don't?
Well, this is what concerns me, going back to the numbers and statistics. Yes, he's getting great support, and I want to respect the process of democracy. However, when you look at the bigger picture, what is in the future of the Republican Party, can they win at the national level without the appeal to the minority voters, the Hispanic vote, and those groups that last time were critical for Obama's victory? The party is not going to win. So there needs to be a shift in that message, and if Trump is hiring more of the political experts to help him, there needs to be something that also fixes that appeal to a base that is going to be critical to win. And maybe that's the message that Kasich and Cruz should have brought forward and say, hey guys, 11% of all of us Republicans happen to be made up of minorities who make up 40% of the voter population. What can we do together to fix this appeal and be ready to win nationally?